The economist John Maynard Keynes once wrote, "By this means, government may secretly and unobserved confiscate the wealth of the people, and not one man in a million will detect the theft."
Alright, so if you didn't watch the previous video where I introduced this guy's video on the Federal Reserve, you should go watch it, because it explains how the Federal Reserve works, and it's when you know how that works and when you understand how Bitcoin works, you're gonna want to buy more Bitcoin. At least you should want to. Anyway, that's just my opinion. But so I'm going to show you just real quick, easy way on how to buy it through Coinbase. So you're going to go, you're going to want to make a Coinbase account. You're also going to want to make an Exodus wallet, and this is a software wallet that's you're going to download it to your computer, and this is it right here. Once you have it, it's pretty cool because it has a built-in exchange, and it shows you everything you have in your portfolio, and then you can easily change out however much Bitcoin for Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever. And it looks like, depending on what you do, the fees are different. If it's under a certain amount, it's pretty cheap. Because I just did this the other day, and the network fees must be higher right now, because there wasn't even any fees when I was doing this earlier, but it's still pretty low. So I don't know, $6 to just exchange 200. That's kind of the downside to this wallet. It's not like the normal exchanges. It's more of a you're gonna diversify your portfolio with some of these other coins, maybe only once in a while. And then here's some of the other ones too. These are just all altcoins, and altcoins, if you're new to this whole cryptocurrency thing, that just is anything that's not Bitcoin. So download this, because why would you want to leave your Bitcoins with a company when you can keep it on your own computer? So Coinbase gives you the option to leave it with them. That's why they have these vaults. It's like an added layer of security to store your Bitcoin in. But if Coinbase ever goes down, or their website goes down for maintenance or something, and you need to move some Bitcoin, you won't be able to do that. So there's just not really a whole lot of point in keeping anything on here. It's just more of a tool, like an intermediary account, where you're gonna use it to transfer funds from your bank account into here to exchange it into cryptocurrency. So the easiest way to do it is to just straight out buy it with a credit card, because you get it right away. If I was to buy $100 right now, it'll buy me 0.016219697 Bitcoin. I can repeat this every 2 weeks, which is kind of cool, but then I'm paying $8 every 2 weeks just in fees. Or not every 2 weeks, but every time I do this, it's a $4 fee with a credit card. So that's going to add up pretty quick if you continue to buy Bitcoin. So, but if you're just going to do it to, test the water, then just go ahead and do it with a credit card. And then once you get more comfortable, you can hook up your checking account. You can move funds to your US dollar wallet over here. You're just going to do a deposit from your checking account into here. There's no fees. And then you're going to be able to exchange your US dollar wallet for Bitcoin. And you can do that by going to GDAX. And this is owned by Coinbase. And so you would basically deposit from your Coinbase account. This is why they charge you fees, because they're doing this back-end exchange for you when you do it through here. So when you do it through here, you're going to pay more fees than when you just go do it yourself, which it's not that hard to do. So if you take the time to learn how to do it this way, it's a better way to do it. And so what you're going to do, just to go over that again, is deposit into your US dollar wallet. Then that's going to take, it's going to be free, but it's going to take about a week. Like I could show you right here if I put in $100. It's going to take, today's the 21st, so it's going to take about 10 days. Let's see, I guess it's almost the 22nd, but part of that is because of the weekend. So it's about 7 business days. So that's the only downside to doing it the free way, is you just have to be a lot more patient. And that's with Coinbase. The other easy way to do it would be to find a Bitcoin ATM, and then you could just go download the Exodus wallet, go to a Bitcoin ATM, and put in cash. That's probably one of the better ways you can do it. But the downside to that is the Bitcoin ATMs can be hard to find. Like, I don't really have one near my house, so a little inconvenient. So what you're going to want to do is, if you want to avoid the fees, deposit into your US dollar wallet, wait a week, it'll show up. It'll show as pending first, and then once you actually get the funds, it'll say deposited funds. So you can see I did 7,500 right here. And then you're going to move that over to GDAX. So GDAX, like I said, it's owned by Coinbase. It's the exchange they use. So you're going to log in to this site with your Coinbase credentials, and then you're going to deposit from your Coinbase account. Your US dollar wallet will have money in it. Enter how much you want to do, and deposit funds. Now, you can also fund your wallets through this website as well. You don't have to go through here to do it. You can actually do it through GDAX itself, but they're one and the same, so it doesn't really matter. It's just like, moving funds from your checking account to your savings account. So back to once you add funds to GDAX, you'll have your balance right here, and then you're going to exchange it for Bitcoin, and this isn't going to cost you anything, so no fees. If you want it to go really fast, just do a market order and put in how much you want, and there will be a smaller fee than doing it through this main site, but you still get the fee if you do a market order, but it usually goes through pretty much right away. If you want 0 fees, then you're going to do a limit order, and you're going to be able to just put in the approximate value. So you're going to click this green number, one of these top three here, and then you're going to be able to kind of just play with this. You can see it right here. It's, say I had $1,000 that I filled. You just play with this number until you get it as close to 1,000 that you want to get it to. So you can get it pretty close down to some pennies if you take the time to do it, and then you're going to click place buy order. It'll go over here, and you'll see it floating around right here too. And once it hits the top, that means it's going to process pretty soon, and then you won't be able to cancel it. So if you change your mind, you got to make sure you do it before the order gets filled. And then once it gets filled, you're going to see it over here, and then you're going to see, when you refresh the page, you're going to see that you have just a few cents in your US dollars, and your Bitcoin is going to be whatever this number was. And then what you're going to do is you're going to withdraw that to your Bitcoin address. So since we already got our Exodus wallet here, I'm going to go to receive. So this is my receiving address. So anytime I want someone to send me Bitcoin to my Exodus wallet, I'm going to use this key right here. And that I'm going to paste right here. I'm going to do the full amount. And then you're going to enter the code for the security code from either Google Authenticator or the text message that it sends to your phone. You're going to click withdraw, and in it'll confirm it, and in a few minutes it'll show up in your Exodus wallet. And from that point, if you're just investing and staking Bitcoin, that's all you're going to do. And that's the process you're going to use to buy your Bitcoin and hold on to it. And then when you want to cash it out, you're going to send it back to your Coinbase account. It doesn't matter which one. You could send it back to this Bitcoin wallet, or you could send it back to the GDAX Bitcoin wallet right here. So you're going to send it back to this address. It's going to show back up here. You're going to exchange it back into US dollars. Then in Coinbase over here, or you're going to withdraw it. So you'll send it to your US dollar wallet on Coinbase. And then from here, you're going to withdraw it to your bank account. It's kind of annoying that it can't all be combined into one, but for whatever reason, that's the way it works, and that's just how you have to do it. When there's a better way that I find out, I'll put that up, but for now, that's pretty much the simplest way to do it. The other thing you could do, if you don't like that, is there's what's called a shift card. So this card here is like a Visa debit card that will basically exchange your Bitcoin whenever you spend it at the store. So what you could do is you could just go to King Soopers or a gas station and buy a donut or whatever for $1. Get cash back on your card, and then I think there's some limits on it, but you know, you can do a couple $100s, and then it's going to automatically convert that for you. So if anybody tells you you can't spend your Bitcoin, well, you can. Here's the fees. And that's pretty much the basic info you need to get in and out of buying Bitcoin. Just keep in mind when you buy it, the market's super volatile, so don't freak out when you see these crazy interest drops, or percent change drops, I mean. So I think yesterday it was up to 6,100 here at some point. Let's see. How high did it go? Yeah, so almost to 6,200 yesterday. So now it's going to come back down. And eventually it'll balance out. And I could just keep on talking about this, but I'm going to cut this video off right here. And then in the next one, I'll probably just go into more of what you can do with your Bitcoin, like using BitConnect and some of the other lending programs that are out there. So we'll do that next.